Can everybody see the slides? And then Amy's got a blue shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting there. I think this is unfortunately the best I can do, and I'm really sorry about that.
That's fine.
Amy, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Is it Amy Hooyer?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Amy is joining us tonight to talk about Rock Steady Boxing. She is a Rock Steady Boxing coach. Amy herself has Parkinson's, and she was diagnosed a few years ago. Sat through or viewed a Rock Steady Boxing program and decided to get active and make a decision to take control of her life. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And she is now a very well-known instructor in the Grand Rapids area, and she's joining us tonight to talk about Rock Steady Boxing and the benefits it's provided her. So Amy, I give it to you. And so thank you so much for joining us. Here we go.
Thank you for having me. So you gave me my first slide, pretty much all of it. So I was diagnosed.
Right.
Can you hear me? No, go ahead, go back.
Okay.
So I was diagnosed in December of 2012 and found Rock Steady in June, and then started up in Grand Rapids in 2013 in April. So we've been here that long. 2013? Something like that.
Okay.
It says 14.
It says 14. Okay, 2014. Thanks. I have Parkinson's. Don't forget.
So do I. Don't forget.
After that, I have 3 locations specifically. One in Byron Center, one in Holland, and one in Sydney, which is up near Greenville. So Rock Steady started in Indianapolis about 15 years ago, and now, after this many years, we are in every state. At least one location in every state, and several countries, including Canada, Germany, Israel, Africa. There's all kinds of countries out there. So there's more than 10,000 people with Parkinson's fighting with Rock Steady.
Go down to here once and see.
Okay, next slide.
Okay. Can you see Amy?
What?
Can you see the slides, Amy?
I can, yeah.
Okay. All right.
We can't.
Can you see the slides?
Yeah. Do you want me to advance it to the third one?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
So what is Rock Steady? It is a non-contact boxing workout specifically designed for people with Parkinson's disease. It was created by a guy who was diagnosed with Parkinson's at the age of 39. And he got the help of a boxing friend of his, realized how much the boxing really helped his symptoms, and that's how this whole thing began all those years ago. It's an intense circuit-based workout. Usually, basically, it's what a boxer would do to get ready for a fight. So it's not just boxing, there's cardio, it's a lot of different things. Like strength, balance, speed, flexibility, endurance, dexterity, multitasking. We do a lot of cognition work, voice activation. And for what, the one thing I like the most about it when I saw it, and I think you'll see the different quotes from our boxers say the same thing, it's really kind of an active support group. So we're not just sitting and talking, we're actually sharing, during the workout, we're sharing different things about what we're each doing for medication, what we're each doing for other exercise, kind of support that way, but we're doing it while we're working out. Next. So why Rock Steady versus other boxing classes? This is kind of an interesting one. Rock Steady coaches are specifically trained in this program, and we're trained to understand Parkinson's, and obviously I can understand it better than some, but we all are understanding the benefits of it, we're understanding how much it helps each individual person. The classes are designed to be modified for all levels of Parkinson's disease, so it doesn't matter where you are in the journey, we can modify exercises to include you. So every fighter is given an assessment first before they can start a class, and we look at balance issues. Mostly at my gym, we mostly look at what kind of balance issues there are to see if we need somebody to join along and help that fighter, or if they can do it on their own. And then I also kind of get to know that person individually. We go through a whole questionnaire and It's about an hour and 15 assessment to just talk over what their goals are, what I think we can do for them, any issues that they have, including, you know, any other health issues like blood pressure or heart disease or diabetes or anything like that. So that's all taken into consideration for each and every boxer. Let's see. So we also, part of what this group does is it's more than just exercise itself. We work on voice activation, we work on dexterity. And then I also take in requests from the boxers if they're having a difficult time doing a specific thing in their life, like buttoning or zipping or tying or anything like that, then we work on that a little extra too. So the other, you go back a slide. So then another good thing about Rock Steady as opposed to other boxing programs is that really having a knowledgeable coach can make all the difference, because we can see, we're taught to see specific symptoms during a class and what we can do to help, whether it's falling or low blood pressure or fainting, or we can tell when it's too much exertion, and we then know how to adjust for that particular fighter. And for my Rock Steady, this isn't the same for everybody, but for my Rock Steady, my classes are quite small, so I really can keep a really good eye on each individual person throughout a workout. And then again, the camaraderie that goes along with all of this is, I think, the most important thing. Parkinson's is a disease that is kind of isolating. So you withdraw from people in your family, you withdraw from people that you know, that you've known for your whole life. And depression comes along with that. And everybody knows that exercise is good for depression anyway. But to know that you are fighting with a bunch of people who have the same disease that you have, maybe different symptoms, you know, everybody's different in their presentation, but we're all fighting the same disease at the same time, in the same way. We all want to maintain our quality of life, not just get in shape. And the encouragement that we get from each other is the best thing for me. I know that's why I like it more than anything else I've ever done. Next slide. So there are a lot of different studies that show why exercise is good for Parkinson's disease. I'm sure that you've all heard most of them or some of them. Here are a couple if you want to jot them down to look them up later. One of the most interesting ones to me was ESPN a few years ago did a study, and it talked about that in a study compared to 60 different sports, so 60 sports altogether, boxing was termed to be the most difficult form of training in degree of difficulty. And so that means if forced intense exercise is good for Parkinson's, then boxing makes it a good fit because it's a forced intensive exercise. Boxers train for improved balance, which is a problem for us, hand-eye coordination, speed of movement, agility, muscle power, mental focus, and rhythm. And all of these things are the same issues that people with Parkinson's deal with. Oh, wait, there was one study. Did I list it there? Yeah, the enhanced walking function with boxing persons. That one's a really interesting one. I can go over it later at the end if you want me to. Otherwise, you can look it up. That's a very interesting study that was done by some physical therapists down in Indianapolis. Okay. So what does a class look like? We have a couple of our fighters here in the support group, so they can, I don't know if they, do you mute everybody?
Me?
Yeah.
Can everybody see that? I've got everybody on mute, I'm sorry.
Nope, that's okay.
I think everyone can see it.
Okay, so when we get to a class, all the Rock Steady boxings have the same basic format. We're not all connected so much that we have to do the same workout every day, but we do have the same format. So we start with dynamic stretching, which is basically just moving through a stretch. So if you're going to stretch, do this, you're not going to stay there and hold it. You're going to keep moving through it and then back again. So that's just getting your muscles in your body warmed up for the stretch or for the workout. And I try to do the same thing every week or every class so that fighters can take that home and do it at home on the days that they're not in class. So they still get the stretching in, because we believe that stretching is super important for everyone with Parkinson's disease. The next thing we do is a warm-up, and usually it's a game of some sort. So we'll do cornhole, or we'll do bucket bonanza. That's one of my favorites. We play beach volleyball, which is really kind of scary because we have a very competitive group. We do like hopscotch, that kind of stuff, just something fun that we can all enjoy usually, and have a good time before we start the actual really physical part of the workout. Then our workout comes, it's usually around 45 minutes or so, 45 to 50 minutes, and it includes everything from head to toe. So we do cognitive work, we do some dexterity. This week we're doing buttoning of the shirt, we're doing wall sits, we're doing push-ups, we're doing some boxing. It's hard when we're not at the gym because we're doing it on Zoom. It's a little different, but we still work on our combinations for boxing. We're doing some jump rope, so just it's head to toe workout. We go through 3 rounds. They're 8-minute rounds this week. Get water, do another round, get water, do another round, get water. And then this week we're doing, after that part of the workout, then we're doing some boxing combinations. So we're working on the combinations. So 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we learn all that as we go. And then after that's done, we get water, we do some more stretching, and this is a longer session of stretching. And we do static stretching. So that stretching, you get in a stretch and you hold it. You feel it, hold it for 15 to 30 seconds, depending on how impatient everybody is. And we do go through those. Same thing as before. We do the same stretches in the same order every class so that people can take that home and do it with them, for themselves. That's the end. That's what a class looks like. Oh, hey, that's me on the speed bag. Okay, so the next few slides are just a couple pictures and then some things that our fighters sent in for me to say, wanted you guys to hear how they feel about the program.
You want me to advance it?
The next one, yeah. So this is Shannon. She is 50 this week. She was diagnosed in 2009, and she's a mom of young kids. She was really not active at all since she was diagnosed. She did have the DBS, and then her family pretty much makes her do Rocksteady now because they can tell when she doesn't do it. So, and then the next one, that's Bruce. He's amazing. He's lost about 85 or 90 pounds since starting Rocksteady. Next one. Sue, who's here, this is what she had to say. They moved here from Detroit, where they have several Rocksteadies. Now, our Rocksteady was the first one in Michigan, and I like to say that because I like to brag. But they have a bunch over on the east side of the state. And Sue loves coming. And Sue, I don't think, is on medication at this point, but she works really hard, and she's the one I was talking to about a haircut.
Yep.
Then the next one.
Hang on.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just.
No, don't be sorry.
You want me to do something?
I was trying to unmute Sue. I apologize. I'm
Okay.
trying to get back to you all. Yeah. Where is this?
I'm unmuted. It says I'm unmuted.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you want to give some feedback, Sue? As long as.
Yes, what I said and what Amy mentioned, I really enjoy going. Her class is just not exactly like what I was used to, but what I was looking for. I have on here that I could exercise alone at home, but I tend to be easily distracted. I'll think, oh, I could go do this. Let me go get something out of the dishwasher. Let me do this. Oh, let me answer my phone messages. I need to have something that I commit to. And I said being a part of this group has helped me. I know I need to keep moving. We're rock steady, Amy, right?
Yes, we are.
It's been great. It's been wonderful for me.
There's Joni. You can move to the next one. Joni's here too.
Is Joni here? Should I unmute her? Did you want to?
Not yet.
Okay.
Next slide. Let me find her. So this was from John. He's actually a doctor out in our Holland gym. And this is one of the things that he says. He's done pedaling with Parkinson's. Not that that's a bad program at all, but what he likes about Rocksteady is that it's a head-to-toe workout plus the big movements and the loud. We try to incorporate big and loud movements into every workout. Next one, Dan. Dan is 72, and he's one of our people that in our Sydney location who has to use some modifications, and he does really well. He's a really go-getter for 72. He works hard. Jane is a caregiver. Go ahead, that's okay. Jane's a caregiver. Her husband has had Parkinson's since 2016. They believe very, very much in this program. They're very faithful in coming. And Jane does come and work out usually once a week with her husband, which is part of our program. The caregiver can box for free with their Parky. Barbara, I didn't get this. She was 79, diagnosed a couple years ago. That's what she has to say.
Okay.
Oh, and also Barbara had knee replacement surgery, and her therapist and her doctor all agree that doing Rocksteady before the surgery really helped her afterwards. She never really needed anything more than Tylenol or ibuprofen for pain medication, and her therapy went really quickly. This is Gary. His dad had Parkinson's, so he was very, very sad and kind of morose when he first started with us, and he is not that way at all anymore. He gives me the hardest time of everybody. Right, Sue?
Yeah.
Steve is an athlete. He's a runner, and when you look at him, you know that he is definitely a runner. And he does probably 5 other things besides Rocksteady, and this is what he has to say. He's newly diagnosed. Next one, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
I'm going to unmute everybody so you can ask questions, okay? How do I do this?
How often does your group meet?
Well, at this point, because of COVID, everything's different. Let's pretend that COVID never happened. In our Byron Center location, I have classes Monday and Wednesday in the morning, and then Monday through Thursday in the evening.
Where are you located?
In Byron Center, right on 84th Street and Byron Center Road.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Your
Can you hear me?
oldest client is how old?
My oldest one? Well, my oldest one was 82, but then he moved away. So right now, I think mid-70s is the oldest. And
I only asked that because I'm 87.
Oh, that's nothing. You're
I'm
spring.
doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's age is not an issue.
There's lots of us kids that age.
I'm not that age, just so you know.
Amy, how many people are in a class usually about?
Depends on which location. Usually between and it really can be anywhere from 1 to maybe 10.
Do you do Zoom in any of them?
I'm sorry?
You do Zoom in any of them?
I'm doing Zoom right now. That's something that we do Zoom twice a week in the morning for the people that have already been assessed. And then I'm looking at if anybody is interested doing individual assessments to see if it would be advisable to join a Zoom workout.
Amy, if you're doing it by Zoom and you want to send us that link and the information, we would be happy to distribute that.
Okay, let me think about that, because really
Okay.
nobody should do it without being assessed first.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
What do you need? Can you hear me when I speak?
Hello,
Yes.
hello.
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, good. I'm come from Traverse City. We have no
Oh.
Rock City Boxing anywhere near us.
You do.
I think
No.
you do.
Yeah.
You do?
I'm
not
looking
really
it up right now. I'm going to look it up right now. Okay?
I'm not really sure why that doesn't come out publicly. So maybe look into
Well, there was a young fellow who started something. He tried to start it up in the winter, and it didn't really, he couldn't get any people to come.
it. Oh,
Had
really?
a bad location. Yeah, the location was way out.
Okay.
And then he stopped. Now with COVID, it's just done.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
But we really never had it in a location that worked or anything. It hasn't been successful.
It's too bad because Traverse City is a really good spot
I know.
for summer
know.
people. I mean, a lot of our people go up that way for vacation, so it'd be nice to
I
have
apologize for looking here with wet hair. I had no idea I'd be on this thing. I took a shower. But anyways, we really need it in Traverse City. Northern Michigan, Northeast or Northwest Michigan has nothing.
You find somebody that's interested and I will help set it up.
Northeast doesn't either. How far up north do you go from the east side?
The farthest one I know of is up in Midland, and I don't know
Midland and Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it's 3
Midland,
hours.
Grand Rapids, and then way on the east side.
I like to
So
exercise,
0.
but
Yeah.
I have low blood pressure when I exercise intensely,
Hmm.
down to 78/45.
Oh, yeah.
Limited in terms of how intense I can exercise.
Okay, folks, there is one in Traverse City. It said Tri-Forged Athletics.
I know that's the one that doesn't, it's not existing anymore. It was
Oh,
just a
it
young-
doesn't?
Oh.
No.
Wow.
He needs support. This young fellow would love to do it, but he doesn't have the support to do it. His name is, oh gosh, I can't remember his name. Anyways, Try whatever athletics is his website.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
will
has the
see if
heart for it.
I'll see if I can get in touch with him.
That
I've
would be
helped
great.
set up several around the state, so I'm more than willing to help do that.
I think that's what he needs. He has the heart to do it, but he doesn't have the know-how or the support, I think, to get anything like that accomplished.
Yeah, okay.
Amy, we've
Yeah.
got really strong support groups up in Traverse City. So if you connect with this gentleman, let me know and I can get the word out to our support groups in Traverse City. They've got a
Okay.
strong network up there.
Okay.
His name is Taylor.
People live up there in the summertime.
Well, and the woman you're talking about is Hetty. I bet her name is Hetty.
Pretty moving, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Right, but
I will.
still, yeah.
I'll work on that.
Thank
How
you
long
very
does
much.
it
I'm
take
thrilled.
To
Thank
Yeah.
get certified, for someone to get certified.
How long does it take?
Yeah, I mean,
If you're going to open up your own Rocksteady, it's a weekend course,
Oh.
in person. Now, if I have a couple of coaches that help me out, Judy is one of them, and that's just an online class,
mhm.
and it's what, 15 hours or something?
Oh. Hmm.
So if you want to be a coach and help somebody else, that's what that would be.
Okay. I would not want to be a coach, but no, I would like to perhaps maybe get someone up here that would be willing to open something like that.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, I'll keep you in mind.
You do the assessments.
I do.
You need
I
to
just call
in
Boxing.
person.
boxing.
Yep.
Who do I call?
Just call me or email me and we can set up a time to get together to do that, if you're comfortable with the whole COVID thing at this point.
Amy, on your website or somewhere, I think that visuals or like a video is really helpful for people to understand what they would expect. Is there any kind of video clip or some pictures that show, like, this is what a class looks like, that if patients were to ask me, it might help to show some visuals of what they could expect?
Yeah, I do have some video that I can put up. I think I'm sorry, I'm not a tech person, so I think I can get it on my website, but I know we have a Facebook page as well.
Okay.
So I can try to do both. I have a note.
Okay. Yeah, if somebody inquires, I know people have taken interest, but it might help if they could look at something or just like watch a short clip.
Yeah.
Then they have a better idea of what they might be looking into.
Sure, yep, no, that makes sense. I can get that done.
Okay.
Amy, this is Ken.
Hi,
Can you
Ken.
talk a little bit about the costs involved, initial cost and continuing costs?
There's not an initial cost. We basically are just pay by the month. So if you work out in a month, you pay for that month, and it's $100 a month at this point. And then your caregiver can box for free if there's room in a class. Now, again, with COVID, things are going to be a little bit different, and I'm going to try to, as soon as I have something established, post it. But yeah, that's the way we usually do it. So then you don't have to pay in advance. You don't have to pay for the assessment. You don't have to pay for a membership fee. It's just the monthly charge.
Thank you.
And how many times can you go within, is there a class like once a week or is it 3 times a week?
So it depends on which location. Our Byron Center location, I have six classes a week. In Holland, there's 2. In Sydney, there's 2. You can go to any one of them or all of them.
Mhm.
Wow.
Hey, Terry.
Will that be aquatic center? Hi to you.
Hey, Jared.
Anybody else?
Any other questions?
Hello, Amy, it's Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Is the Holland class meeting right now?
They're not. The Aquatic Center is not open yet. They are looking at what they need to do to, once the order comes through that they can open, they're working on the safety stuff. So we are also working on that. I can tell you that none of my classes will be open before July 4th.
Okay.
And beyond that, it's kind of a week to week seeing what we need to do and how we need to get it done right. But again, if you want to start, I will set up a one-on-one assessment with you. We can get that done and you can join the Zoom classes if you choose.
Okay, now Doug has been going, so he would be eligible for the Zoom class?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure if you're...
As soon as you get up and running again, send us the complete schedule so that we can get that word out, okay?
I will do that, yes. Thank you.
Could you repeat the locations again, Amy?
Byron Center, Holland, and Sydney.
Sydney?
Yes. It's up by Greenville. It's at the Montcalm Community College. Hi, Doc.
Hey, Amy, how you doing?
Anything else?
You know what? I'm looking really quick to make sure we have you on our website.
I hope so.
Let's see. Are you at West Michigan, 6538 Division Avenue?
Not anymore.
Oh, boy.
Amy, I have your most recent information. We updated our resources for our Spectrum patients. So Mary Sue, I can send that to you.
Yeah, that would be really great if you could send me. We have on the Michigan Parkinson Foundation website, and it says exercise. We try to keep track of where all the Parkinson appropriate exercise classes are. So send me the complete list and we'll get it up on our website tomorrow. Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no, we'd love to have it up there.
Yeah, we moved about a year ago to a bigger space.
Okay. Good for you.
I know. We started at 400 square feet. The next location was 800, and this one is 1,600.
Well, that's wonderful. That's really an inspiring story. And for those of you who are on the call, between now and when you can start to participate in person, we are running exercise classes every morning at 10 a.m. on Zoom, free of charge. And it's the Power Moves program. It's called Parkinson's Wellness Recovery. It works on exercise. It doesn't focus too much on speech at all, but on cognitive multitasking. And then we've got yoga 2 days a week. But it's always 10 a.m. If you go to our website and you click on the exercise icon, and you'll see the schedule. Until you can get back into your own community programs, I think moving with other people is always 100% better than doing it on Zoom. But in the meantime, that's all we've got. So I would.
And Zoom is so much better than just doing it on your own, so.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's the same, you'll see other people, you'll see your buddies, and
Really is.
I've been getting about 80 to 90 on those people.
Wow, fantastic.
What's the name of the website?
Parkinson'sMI.org. Here, I'm going to put it in the chat. If everybody click on your chat, and you'll see it.
I don't see
The chat.
What?
At the bottom of the screen.
At the very bottom of your screen, you're going to see something that says chat.
Yep.
Oh, wait, I'm spelling wrong.
You have to touch the chat. You have to touch the bottom of the screen. Mine doesn't stay up.
And I just sent it, parkinsonsmi.org. If you just hover at the bottom of your screen, you'll see chat.
My iPad hovers on top. That has the information on top instead of
Okay, maybe it could be on mine, it's on the bottom. Okay, parkinsonsmi.org. If you go on our website, we have a circle that says exercise. Click on that. And we have our 10 a.m. Zoom class schedule. And then we have all the exercise programs listed by county in the state of Michigan. But it's a constant battle to keep them updated, okay? Because people move and we don't know it. We don't want to give out bad information.
And is there a charge on that?
No, our classes are free of charge and taught by physical therapists.
Okay.
It's called Power Moves, which is kind of a more advanced LSVT program.
It's a great program.
Yeah. But you know, Rock City Boxing does it all.
Yes, we do. Head to toe.
Intense workout. It's the multitasking, and it also works in the speech. I know Amy cited some research, but I want to share some research with all of you. In 2016, Northwestern University, a gentleman by Dr. Corkus, he was a physical therapist at Northwestern, and he studied a group of people who had Parkinson's over a 6-month period of time, and it was a large group. There were 3 control groups. One group did what they called intense cardiac exercise for 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Another group did what they called moderate exercise, and another group did no exercise. And when they studied them after 6 months, those that did the intense cardiac exercise, their Parkinson's disease had not progressed it had not gotten worse over 6 months. Those that did moderate, it progressed slightly. Those that did nothing, it progressed quite a bit. So it has been shown to slow down the progression of the disease. So I think Rock City Boxing is fun. I don't know anybody who doesn't love it.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I mean,
They better love it. They better tell me they love it. No, and on a personal
Oh, we love it.
Hi, Terry.
On a personal note, I was diagnosed 7.5 years ago, and only recently really have started to think that maybe I need to start medication. So I haven't
been on medication?
No, I've tried a couple that worked, but no, I function very well without. A lot of people still say they don't know that I have Parkinson's, and I truly believe that it's rock steady that is part of the reason for that.
It's wonderful.
Tremendous.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions for Amy?
All set.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. You're so
Thank
great.
you, Amy.
Amy.
Great job.
Okay, I'd like to introduce Trish Larson, who's the Association Director of Group Exercises at the YMCA of Greater Grand Rapids. And I'm going to be sharing her slides now. Trish, you up?
I am here and ready to go.
Okay.
I'm pretty basic compared to Amy. Amy like knocked it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You're so sweet. Are you a personal trainer? Because you sound like it.
Yes, I'm kind of like one of those that wears a lot of hats, you know,
Okay.
personal trainer, group exercise, chronic disease prevention classes, a little bit of everything. Yes.
Wow. Wow, good for you.
All right.
Hey, we're trying to help. That's my goal, is to just try to help as many people as I can. You let me know when you're ready for me to start. And
Yeah, I've been struggling a little bit, Trish, tonight, so give me a minute.
That's good. Oh, I'm on spotlight now.
Okay, now, yeah, now I'm gonna see if I can slide.
Thanks for not doing that
your
to me.
slides.
I had to like put something on that makes me look better, like pink.
You look wonderful.
You should have seen my hair about an hour ago. Whoo, that's scary. If you want, I can just start chatting, and then when the slides.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pull them up.
Okay, so thanks for letting me jump in here. So again, my name's Trish Harrison. I work for the Grand Rapids YMCA, and I'm in charge about the group exercise programs. But I think what helps me to be involved in this conversation is for many years, I worked at the Kalamazoo location, and we had 3 Delay the Disease classes for Parkinson's folks. And my mother happened to be one of the participants. And so she's been, I think she was diagnosed 6 or 7 years now. And she totally believed exercise is what really, that was the key for her to having the progression that didn't happen type thing, and the medications that didn't have to increase as a result of exercise. So that's why I am here today. Kalamazoo had, as I guess I said, the Delay of the Disease program, which we loved, because that is focused on folks with Parkinson's disease, just like Rocksteady. I think anytime you can find a program that helps you with what you're dealing with specifically, that's the way to go. Of course, we don't always have that opportunity to have a Rocksteady in our backyard or have a Delay the Disease program, but there are health clubs and other gyms that can help you, maybe to not the extent that you might need it, but at least it can help you and slow the progression of the disease. So with that, you can move me on. How's that for next slide?
I'm trying. Nobody can see her slides, right?
No.
Oh, I don't know why I'm struggling so much tonight.
Well, tell you what, I will talk, and then when the slides catch up,
Yeah,
I only have,
I'm
I
sorry.
think I have 7 slides total. I don't have that many.
No,
So-
but I should be able to do this. Keep talking now.
Okay, awesome. So what I want to talk about really today is the importance of exercise and Parkinson's disease, and really with any chronic disease, including cancer, Parkinson's, all the things that, you know, diabetes, heart disease. We know exercise makes a huge difference. And we all need to get on board a little bit if we can, and do what we can to make ourselves feel better and lower our risk factors too of getting more chronic diseases, because who wants any more of those? So we know every movement matters when it regards to Parkinson's as well. So the components, as Amy mentioned, cardiovascular, getting your heart rate up, that's important. Get the heart and the lungs moving and pumping. Weight and resistance training, so having some resistance. So punching a bag, you're hitting something, so that's good. So we need to make sure you're building your muscles stronger. We want to fire those nerves too to keep the muscles going. Your core and your posture, we know as we age in general, no matter what, we tend to get a forward head lean. So it's important that we work on keeping our posture tall and tight, which helps with balance as well. Because the more you lean forward, you tend to want to fall forward. So for balance, it's really important to strengthen your core, get your posture upright as much as possible, and that will help you with a lot of things. Your quality of life will improve as well. The other important keys are flexibility and range of motion, making sure you stretch out, making sure you stretch those muscles, because a lot of times we get pulled forward, we get hunchback, and so our muscles are tight in the front and they're maybe not weak and they're too flexible in the back. So we need to work on our posture. So when you're at home, even just sitting around, and I'll be my own best visual aid, how's that with my hands? Just practice pulling your abdominals in and opening that chest and getting that chin back, because we want to make sure we train tall. Because if you want to live tall, you got to train tall. So that's remembering how you stand and how you sit is really important. So if you don't have the benefit of what I'm really going for here, if you don't have the benefit of a Parkinson's specific program, weight training, cardio, all of those things are going to help you as well. So I want to make sure that if you can't get to something specific to Parkinson's, there are other gyms, you know, the Y, for example, we have some other things that might help you, but there are gyms. Just getting to a gym, getting on a treadmill, having somebody help you weight training that knows what they're doing is going to benefit you. So hopefully we can just make sure that point gets through. Do something. We need to move, right? Thumbs up from everybody. Got to move.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm moving to my next slide. So one of the programs that we offer at the Y, it's not a Parkinson's program, and it actually was designed with seniors in mind and arthritis management. But what they have found is that anybody who takes this class will benefit from it because it includes those components: cardio, strength, range of motion, flexibility. So enhanced fitness, and maybe this doesn't apply to you necessarily, but maybe you also know somebody that this program would benefit from. It's a nationally recognized program by the CDC, the US Department of Health and Human Services, National Council on Aging. So the YMCAs are doing a lot to try to help our seniors and those that might be suffering from a chronic disease. So that's one thing that this program does do. It helps adults become more active and empowered, and as Amy said, the community support is what's important, the social. We have to be physically distanced, right now, but the social part of what everybody's going through right now is super important to have that support. So that's just one example of what the Y could offer you right now, but I've got more. Going on to the next one here. In the event that you did want to come in and try one of our classes, in particular the enhanced fitness, we too make sure that the instructors have a special training, certified instructors. They need to be able to understand cardiovascular endurance, strength, flexibility, I can't talk, balance. So they need to understand how all this affects, especially our senior population. The social part of it is super important. We just started some outdoor classes at one of our branches, and it was one of our Fit for Life. So there were a lot of retirees there, and they were just so excited to show up. They all had their masks on, super cute. We were outside and I could see their smile through the mask. So it was even better. You could tell by their eyes. So we know it's important to get people together. Right now, staying 6 feet apart, that's important too. So the other thing, we know, and Amy mentioned a lot of things, and you guys are talking about this. There we go. I'm on slide 5 already. I'm talking fast.
Okay, I think I got it.
You got it, perfect. So as you guys, everybody has been mentioning before, there are specific issues and things that folks that have been diagnosed with Parkinson's have to deal with. That's different than other chronic diseases. Your balance is going to be affected. The walking and your arms swing and making sure those arms are swinging, handwriting and your voice. So that's what's important. If you can find those programs that have these parts to them, it's great to take advantage of those things. We know that the Big and Loud program is great for getting you to exhale and be loud. The Delay the Disease program that I worked with before, there's a handwriting component, and they're always talking about swinging your arms, and there's lots of drills, standing up, sitting down from chairs. So that's a very comprehensive program as well. So Delay the Disease, and that's one thing I'm looking at. We're going to look at getting in Grand Rapids area as well too. So if you didn't get anything else, is try to find the programs that are going to benefit you the most. If those are not available to you, there are other things you can do. So right now, the Y, we were just getting ready to start kicking off some programs, and then that darn COVID hit us. So we just received a grant from the Parkinson's Foundation to help enable us to expand our Parkinson's programs. Pedaling for Parkinson's, one of the options that are really good. But like what Amy said too, that one is limited to certain things, but is it a good program for you to do? If you're nearby, absolutely, we want you to come and try Pedaling for Parkinson's, which we'll be getting that on our schedule as soon as we can. We also have some boxing classes. Are they designated for just Parkinson's diagnosis? No, but they are general boxing type style classes. That may be something if you're interested in trying. We have those as well. Personal training, you always can work one-on-one with the trainer. Water classes are great. We hear, especially if some joint aches. Water classes, water aerobics as they're called, are great opportunities to get active. And chlorine is supposed to kill viruses, so you should feel somewhat safe, right? Tai Chi and yoga. We know that there's a huge benefit in a Tai Chi class with balance, moving slow, and foot placement. So if you get the opportunity to take a Tai Chi class or yoga classes, and there are chair yoga classes. I know some people think of yoga as like you got to be doing a back bend or do something crazy, right? There are yoga classes that are for folks that maybe want to start at a little lower, slower pace, that maybe have never done it before. We don't want you to be intimidated, and a chair is used so you can stand up or sit down as you feel it's necessary. So as I mentioned, the Big and Loud, great. Delay the Disease, Rock Steady Boxing, all of these programs are awesome. getting to a gym, getting on a treadmill, riding a bike is awesome. So the point that I want to make is move. The best thing you can do for your body right now is move. Use your muscles, get that heart racing a little bit, stretch out, work on your posture, work on your core strength. That will help slow the progression of the disease. My mom has been an advocate for that forever. She didn't have to increase medication for years and years and years. She's almost 80 and she's still doing planks. So it's possible. And to be totally honest, my mom was not a real big exerciser. She was very active. You know, she's one of those very, very active people, but she didn't really necessarily go to the gym or lift weights or anything like that. But when she was diagnosed with Parkinson's and her healthcare provider said, you need to start doing these things, she jumped on it. She's been doing it regularly ever since, and she will tell you how much it's impacted her life in a positive way. So if there's anything else that we can do for you at the Y, or any questions that you might have, the next slide has my contact information. And I would be happy to answer some questions if you have any, or let you know that we have 6 locations, and a lot of it's on our website right now too, our membership fees and everything like that. I don't have them all memorized because I've only been here in Grand Rapids for a few months. But everything is on our website. If you needed just, you know, general price information, we do have scholarships available. So I think between all of these programs, there's enough to go around. We can help everybody, and that's our goal. Is we all want to help the folks who've been diagnosed with chronic diseases, because we know that's a challenge. And so please reach out to the Y, Amy, anybody that's available to help. We'd love to help.
Hey, Trish, for patients, I'm a navigator at Spectrum, so I'm a point of contact for patients to reach out to and inquire about anything with their Parkinson's. And you mentioned a good point that many patients never even had a history of exercising in their life potentially, and now we're saying this is one of the most important things that we need you to do. And that could be pretty overwhelming, I imagine, for somebody. I mean, I like to exercise at home, and it's kind of overwhelming to go into a Y that has hundreds of programs to understand and sift through. If patients needed to connect with somebody at the Y and just have a little bit more hand-holding to understand, just walking through the Y, looking at the rooms, looking at the programs, what is that like with your facility to help make it comfortable?
Absolutely. And we know that the gyms are intimidating, especially if you've never been in one. And if you go downtown to the David D. Hunting, you walk in there and you go, oh my gosh, I'll get lost. So we have wellness coaches, we have member services representatives that will take their time, give tours. The wellness coaches will work one-on-one initially to show you how to work a treadmill, if that's what, or a bike. Some people aren't comfortable with treadmills. So all we ask is, I know the first step is just reaching out. Whether you can't stop in right now, right? But when we get to that point, you can stop in, gladly talk with member services. You can call me and I will find the best place for you if you're, you know, what location you might need to go to. But we understand what it's like to come to a gym or a health club or a Y for the first time. We know it's nerve-wracking. So we will do the best that we can to make you feel comfortable.
Thank you.
I am a member of the Y at Belmont YMCA. Do you have any classes for Parkinson's there?
We do not have a Parkinson's program at Wolverine right now, but with this grant that we just received, and as soon as we can get things going again, I'm not sure what the plan is as far as where we're going to be rolling out programs yet, but please keep in touch with me and keep in touch with us, and I'm sure we'll get the messaging out as soon as we open again when we're going to get programming started.
Do you have an idea when you're going to open again?
It's based on the governor. And, you know, so the northern areas are opening. We can't even predict right now. We really can't. So, you know, hopefully my fingers would be crossed that we could open at least some doors in a month, but we really don't know. And when the Y does open, it's going to be a slow process. We are not going to open all the branches at once. We're going to make sure it's a phasing process because we need to make sure we're doing everything right. We'll open one, then we'll open a couple more. You know, because at first, you know, you're going to make, who knows, we might say, oh, that didn't work. That process didn't work. We need to tweak our process. So let's tweak it at one branch and get it all figured out before we move it on to the other branches. So it's going to be a slow process reopening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Trish?
Yeah.
Trish, can you touch on, you might have, I'm sorry if I missed it, the pedaling for Parkinson's is a really, has a lot of interest. And is that a class, it's only designated for patients with Parkinson's, or is it an open class for anybody? And then do people just like adapt their speed and their pace? How does that work?
Yes, so my understanding, we didn't have it in Kalamazoo and we were just going to unveil it here, is it is designated for patients that have been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. It's a group cycling program. So you are on a stationary bike the whole time. The instructors would be trained in how to help folks pedal, and maybe, you know, some people aren't going to be able to get up out of their bike like some of the crazy riders do. So they would be training you on how to pedal properly to get the most out of that pedaling process too. There's like a push and a pull part. So it is, you know, it's a cardiovascular workout, and that's one of the great components that we all need. That's one of the main things we need. We need to get our heart and our lungs pumping. So pedaling is going to be great for that. And then getting your weight training or your resistance training would be another component to make sure you're doing all the right things. But so pedaling, we will be looking at more as soon as we're open again.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other questions?
I just want to say too that all of these programs that Trish talked about and Rock Steady, they're all really good complements to each other. So you don't have to do just one thing. You can do
agreed.
as many find something that you like and stick with it, but find it first. So make sure that you're looking around and trying different things. Because I don't like exercise either. I've never liked it, and I've never liked boxing, but here we are. So yeah, they're all really good complements to each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and any other comments, questions?
Trish, I live in Alpena, and we do the arthritis exercise program at our senior center, the one you were talking about. Did you hear me?
No.
I'm having a hard time.
Barely, we can barely, there's an echo.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm out in the summer. We do that program at our senior center, the arthritis exercise program. Okay.
Do you have enhanced fitness at your senior center?
What?
What I heard was the arthritis exercise program. Is
that? That's the one we do.
Okay, that's a good program, and that's a good program for people with Parkinson's. That's a good program.
Yeah, again, as long as you're getting all those components, the cardio, the strength, the core, balance, that's, I mean, the step in the right direction, absolutely.
Yeah, and we are doing it through Zoom now. So that's
good. Good.
But it's wonderful too that the Parkinson's, Michigan Parkinson's has all the exercise programs.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Trish, Amy, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. Kelly, thank you so much. This was really valuable information. I think the message we all took away tonight was exercise is critical for managing Parkinson's symptoms. Until we can all come back together again in live programs, please go to our website. It's parkinsonsmi.org. Click on the exercise icon, and the Monday through Friday 10 a.m. classes will be listed. We will list all of the exercise programs around the state under the county, and I will update it tomorrow with Trish's information on her Rock Steady boxing programs. And Trish, I mean Amy's classes, but Trish, send me everything you got. We'll get it up there.
Awesome.
Yeah. Do you have my email, Trish?
You know, I don't know, honestly. If
I have yours because I sent you the link tonight.
Okay.
To Lanigan, okay?
Got
Send your complete schedule and we will get it up there, okay?
Awesome. As soon as we're open, I will get you a schedule.
Okay, super. All right, and I apologize to all of you that I could not make the slides work, but thank you, Kelly, for saving the day. I really appreciate it.
Sure thing.
I think I'm going to leave the meeting now, so good night. Enjoy this. I don't know what Grand Rapids is like. Detroit is spectacularly beautiful tonight.
Yeah.
Enjoy your evening.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Great job, ladies.
Thank you.